Chess and Twitch. I'm International Master William Paschall, aka Slaggy, here on Twitch. Welcome, guys. We're going to be hosting a Blitz stream. I'm taking challenges from subscribers and random noobs occasionally. 5+3. 5+3 casual is the required time control. No exceptions. No modifications. Subscribers can play first. I've got a challenge from Drev Girl. 1851. Alright. So, it's Wednesday. It's weird. Play experimental openings for fun. Always something I'd like to keep doing for the sake of creativity. Alright, what is up? So this was the results of our tournament last night. Well, up on the screen here. The Paschall Blitz Swiss 28. Husky victorious with a very impressive performance. The mysterious Husky. And mysterious Husky and 7.5 out of 9 rounds. He lost the first round and came back undefeated in the final 8. I am the 11506. Hi. So now we've got 2 challenges. Mysterious Dabo. Dabo, you have 23,000 Blitz games. You created your account yesterday. Alright, Drew F. Goal. Welcome, guys. What's up? So, what does Dabo mean? C5. But relax, we can play something interesting here. Relax. Hate that song. Alright. Alright, what are we gonna do? Be afraid. Alright, let's try a Chom variation, for lack of a better name. I don't know what this is called, but I know our own beloved Grandmaster Chom Istvan. Also played frequently by the French GM Christian Bauer. Oh, it's your initials, okay. It's not a word. I thought it was a name. I thought it was like a Slavic name or something. Okay. Bishop C4. Basically playing a Bodler against the B6. We have the ability to play E6. Anytime you have the ability to play E6, I think the Bodler, or whatever you want to call it, this kind of close Sicilian with Bishop C4, isn't, it's not going to be effective. He simply didn't know where to put his bishop, and that's understandable. But I would open with D4. Alternatively, like B3. Just because you can play D5 doesn't mean you want to. I don't want my bishop to get restricted by my own pawn on D5 with this fianchetto setup. So if I play D5, I'd rather take with a piece, or alternatively not play D5 and play a hedgehog. Hedgehog with a lot of pawns on the 6th rank. But anyways. Alright, I'm going to go for this. If he plays E5, whatever. Let him play E5. I think he's got a C3 Sicilian the tempo down. Or else I'm just undermining his E5 pawn later on. Basically nothing special. You can play D6. He did stop me from playing He did stop me from playing d5, effectively. I mean, I could have played d5. I would have to take with the bishop on d5 or have a boring symmetrical structure. This looks okay. But not what I really wanted. You know, I expected more from this. I was hoping, let's say, for more from this. It looks like white is fully equal. WJ. First bit donation of the week. He now is the bit leader. Bit leader number 1. WJ Loof, thank you very much. How are things going? How's the downtime? How was your 4th of July? Good morning, chess people. Just getting started here. Now, he's got good focus, you know, controlling e4. I can play d5, but bishop just goes to b3. Interesting line, d5, bishop b3, c4. At the end of the day, there are also tactics based on this bishop not being protected. You had surgery on the 2nd. Hopefully your recovery is a good one. I am unconvinced by my position here. Very unconvincing. You needed some time off anyway. It sounded like you needed a rest. Wow. Yeah, that doesn't look right. These pawns, that shelf looks strange to me. Pawn shelf. Man, I don't know what to do. D5 feels like the move. I mean, now we've got additional pressure on b4. Though it's not clear I can lead that diagonal. Yeah, obviously b5 is a major move. If I had more time... Pretty unconvinced by my game here. It feels like white played a lame opening and I should have been at least equal. But instead, it's not clear who's better. Maybe I'm fine, but I feel like I should have gotten more out of this. The Dynamic Section of Mastering Chess. I don't know that book. Who is it by? Husky96, back, the victorious Husky96. Johan Helston, I've never met him. Swedish player. Right? I've heard of him. Yeah, the pin is a bit of an issue. Alright, I'm fine, but what do I do? I can't win a piece because of e5. I mean, I can't win a pawn on b4. Which kind of sucks. Yesterday I was really foggy-headed during our Blitz tournament. It basically looks like a King's Indian attack. I have knight takes e4 now. h6 just weakens my position. Now I'm just making moves because I'm in time pressure. I think h6 weakens my king side. Probably it doesn't matter that much in this particular position. I mean, it does kick his bishop, you know, make it decide where to go. If bishop h4, I have the ability to play g5, which is just really weakening. I don't want to do that. A lot of beginners would do like bishop h4, g5. It's not that it's immediately losing, but it will be a problem later on. Like, the materialistic player here wants to win a pawn on b4. And they try to do that by playing like g5 bishop g3, take, bishop takes b4. But I mean, you're wrecking your whole king side if you do that. I have no intention to play g5. However, you could do something like take, and move my knight, trying to trade dark square bishops. Possibly taking. Generally, I don't like this move. I'm trading off my strong central pawn. Somehow I feel like these pawns could be a weakness. It's not much though. And I'm still lagging in development. I thought maybe he's like a little overextended, but he's not really. This is really unconvincing. I don't have anything here. This is probably a mistake. Now he's... I should have played... God, I don't know. Knight h5 I looked at. This is a really weird game. I don't like what I did at all. I'm just making random moves. There's no plan, no clear plan to follow. It's just lame. Knight c6 is bad, but I couldn't find a good move. Originally I was going to take on b4, but it's nothing special. That's probably what I should have done. He should have taken on c5 now with a better structure. And the position is just equal. This is just pathetic. This is truly pathetic. I have nothing. Really good game. Really for white. He's played this weird opening but gotten a totally reasonable position. First I was afraid of knight c4, but that's okay. I play rook d8 and b5. So I guess black's still okay. My knight is a problem. Did I tell you guys how much I hate symmetrical positions? This being a perfect case in point. It's like Drawville. Man, this is starting to look like the playoff game from the World Open. A little bit. Hans Niemann versus John Burke. There was some kind of symmetrical position. Symmetrical Joko. Drew goal is starting to fall apart in the oof. In the oof. Where's the win? I had knight takes before, but it didn't seem like it quite worked. We're slowly taking over, though. Taking over the world. Why? What am I doing on the A file? He's got the Aster mate. His queen can't move. It's crazy defense by white. Looks like Asterbait versus Asterbait. Where's Asterbait today? Man, what's my analysis score? The CPL on this game was really crap. I was just nothing after 20 moves. I had nothing. I won the game in the last 10 moves. Very unimpressive play by me. Typical of my first game of the day. And this bishop c4 looks... I can't believe people actually played that. That's kind of nuts. There's a lot of games with bishop c4. That's insane. Like, why would you play this in this position? I don't know. I guess white figures like black has played b6. Maybe black will fall for bishop d5. That's funny. It's a cheapo. So look at the graph. He was fine until move 15. But white missed takes. Oh, there's a secret move for me here. I thought I had to play b takes c, but I played b5. How does that even work? How am I going to get this pawn back? Like with my knight or something? Wow, the engine like takes with the g pawn. It's crazy stuff. See, I thought I was worse there. Alright guys, welcome challenges, 5+3. WJ Loof, how's your chess going? Been playing it all? Or just watching? You're just developing your bishop. Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, if you play that type of setup like Astrobait used to, if you play that type of setup generically against a Sicilian, okay, then you can do it anyway. It's a waste of the white pieces. It's like the London system. But it's playable. You're not testing my opening at all when you play that. I'm supposed to play something unusual. It was such a long game that I forgot. Sorry. I'm playing like a normal line here. We're supposed to be playing experimental openings, and that was a b6 Sicilian, but now I've got like mainline fianchetto. It is what it is. Okay, it's a strong opponent. I forgot. I'm supposed to play something unusual. But there's no way to make the game. I mean, I can still know. I know the theory. I could still play in an offbeat move here, but we're not going to get a weird opening. He played h5. Yeah, that's dubious. I feel bad though. He's trying to make the game creative, because I didn't. Snuggles the Snail, welcome. STS. You have your own initials now. Snuggles the Snail is the best. Many frogs to you. But I feel guilty for not playing an unusual line here. And out of guilt, he played h5 to make it offbeat. Off the beat. This d4 may not be the safest move, but it's principled. This h4 is coming through, so... On the other hand, I mean, he's neglecting his development, and black's h5 is dubious. When was the last time you saw a real frog? It's been a while. Like 2 years ago? I mean, I don't know if I saw any at the zoo or something. At our house in the United States, we had a yard, and there would occasionally be frogs. 2 or 3 years ago, probably. Personally, my last frog experience was personally like 2 years ago. think. I haven't seen any Hungarian frogs. We went to the lake, Lake Balaton, a week ago, but I saw lots of lizards. Frogs need more water than lizards, I guess. Lizards like it dry. Not too dry, but they're more tolerant of sun and dryness. And it hasn't rained much here this summer. Late spring and summer has been almost no rain. So I did not locate any frogs, but tons of lizards. Frogging. When I grew up, we had lots of frogs. Frog change. Welcome, guys. 2-hour stream, little more than 2-hour stream, hopefully. Do I have any sort of C5, F4 type ideas? F4. F4 knight C6. Clearly an interesting idea. There's some crazy stuff going on. E6. Just not quite seeing how I have a tactic here. I don't know what to do. If you're not going to castle, I'm not going to castle. I'm looking for like knight e6. It's not there. Don't know what to do. I honestly don't. G5 and F4. F4. Alright, let's do it. Then what, though? Maybe knight d5 is really strong, come to think of it. Relative. The theory of relativity. I mean, g5 is tempting, but I've got to watch for knight here. Knight d5. Knight c6, pawn takes. I was even looking at like knight e6. You haven't seen a real frog in a while. Zell Poker. Excel Poker. I want to call it Gel. Alright. I don't know what to do. It's a weird position. This feels like a cop-out. This is an interesting paradigm here. Different approaches to developing one's bishops. Long diagonals versus central. Compact formation. Fake frogs. I see dead frogs. I know that's kind of Depressing. I don't know why that's funny. It's a frog zombie meme. We're going to use the long diagonals, damn it. Close to a Bill Cosby comedy routine again. So, $42 seconds. All right, what's up? This is a threat, so no time for messing around. Or is there? There's no time for messing around. Take what? Master. Can't do that. Really? Clearly I have to take. I think I was starting to threaten like 96 there. I guess I am. M and M. I am and I amn't. I mean, this is a really strong position. Creaking. He's creaking. That was a bad creaking, cringy creaking sound. Cringy creak. I can't do creaking. That's the black position. Super creaky. You're in a castle. You wouldn't castle, would you? Castle is a hassle. Ah, the trick move. It's the same as castling. You think you're being cool by not castling, but in reality, you basically castled anyway. You're only like not castling in spirit. He who hesitates is lost. What a crazy game. Check. The end game. 2400 Blitz. It's a solid rating. Wait a minute. And he went completely berserk. Play like Kasparov. Yeah, I mean, you played a crazy move. Of course. You know. I mean, this is not sound. If you were white and you had an extra move, it would be a different story. You know? But you're black. So, it's doomed to failure. Yeah. No, I mean, I failed to play something unusual there. We've got all strong players challenging. It's going to be a rough day today. Prem, K666. You like sixes. Dabo 5000, Husky with triple Ys. Husky's next. I do take the subscriber challenges first. Unfortunately, none of you are subscribers. God damn it. Tezek is here. He's a subscriber. Snail, the subscribers don't play. Alright. Please subscribe, guys. Support the stream. Help me keep doing this. So, Knight F3 is like the hardest move to play something unusual against. I know because I play it with white. This is the Hikaru, which I've used a few times. Buy Slagy a beer and support the stream. Or a watermelon cider. Whatever the occasion may require. So I don't know what to do. Against Cheaper Spieler, I played this once. I mean, obviously we want to do like a Grob type of thing in some cases. But you could also bail out and play it like a Slav, I guess. But H6 is a very weird move this early on. Obviously. He's doing a Queen Pawn type setup. So it's hard to make H6 really valid here. We're going to have to play a Grob formation, I think, to really make this have any sort of validity. If I sit here and play like H6, G6, it's sort of stupid. Your med's really... I don't think the med... It's just a simple mistype, man. Don't worry about it. It's not your meds. H3, justifying H6. Basically a form of like half hippopotamus. It's only the top half of the hippopotamus is clearly formed. The bottom of the hippopotamus, not so much. But the top half is more interesting anyway. Right? The teeth. For those of you that don't know, the hippopotamus is a formation with double fianchetto. Usually knights on e7 and d7. I'm playing the left side of the board like it was a hippo. The right side of the board just not gonna die. The old Dana Carvey. But he's so fast, isn't he? He doesn't even need to think. Not even fazed by this weird opening whatsoever. Emotionless, we would say. White is emotionless. Alright, well, we go with e5. I mean, I think it's thematic now. It's like a King's Indian. It's just a weird King's Indian. Pavel Blatny approved. Right. Now he's perfectly in tune with this weird King's Indian. Attuned. There is the h3, the matter of h3, which significantly weakens white's kingside in a normal King's Indian type position, making thus the possibility of sacrifices on those squares very relevant. Well, I gotta get out of here, obviously. It's turned into a King's Indian. It almost looks normal. Who would have thunk it that it started with knight f3, h6? The Iceman cometh. Now, what's that? Knight d2, classic King's Indian type move. You have some ideas. Very cool. Wow. Now, I've never beaten this guy. 4 draws. That's pretty impressive. What am I going to do? Take here on d5? I don't think so. We have 4 draws. No wins, no losses. Can't go on forever. I'm going to have to lose eventually. f3. Wow, that's a rock-like solid move. Okay, like, it's a totally normal looking King's Indian. I don't think my attack is fast enough. a4. He's taking his time about it. I mean, I also play d4, so I play both sides of King's Indian. But I normally don't play this kind of locked position with black. I never liked the Mar del Plata. I mean, I tried it, but once I started playing really strong players who were expert with white, I was turned off. It's like, it feels very like the game dictates the play, not the players. I mean, g4 looks pretty dangerous. I don't know, man. Husky says he's never played in a tournament, but he plays like an IM or something. It's pretty impressive. Tough game here. I think I'll just resign. Let's go on to the next game. Play something unusual here. I was supposed to play unusual openings. C5. This is not, though. I keep getting distracted. What is White's cent upon loss for the last game? Like 11? I like knight b6. He thought like a minute on that. Definitely engine number one move. I wouldn't expect you to miss it. I don't know about queen e2 here. My queen could be misplaced on the e-file. Maybe one day I'll win a game against Husky. But it's possible never. Pretty usual. I think I have to take with the e-pawn? No. I don't know, b5 is out of control. 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way, I have problems with my d5 pawn. I don't know. Play like Kasparov, you're playing bullet now? But you're low in bullet. Yeah, that's another thing I don't understand. I don't understand that. The people who like play using no time, yet their bullet rating is low. How does that make sense? Every game you play is like a bullet game, yet your lowest rating is bullet. What? Yeah, next game I'm going to start playing unusual openings. I was a little flustered from the last game. That kind of upset me. I expect people to make occasional mistakes. When I play people that are like unbeatable, it gets a little daunting. I don't see much motivation in playing someone I have no chance of beating. Archaics. That's a cool emote. The Ruchest troll. Did you miss me? Can't say I have. Do you mind? That's an Al Bundy quote. Very cool. Funny story about Al Bundy. It's not really a story, but there used to be like a shoe store chain here in Hungary. I don't know if it still exists. But they made a shoe store called Al Bandy. I mean, since his character, of course, was a shoe salesman in the sitcom Married with Children, it was kind of funny. It probably worked as a marketing strategy. buy my shoes at Al Bandy. I mean, Bandy sounds like it could be a Hungarian name. Maybe it is a Hungarian family name. And you got the crossover to the Married with Children reference, so it's definitely a good marketing attempt. Play like Kasparov. Got all the good players here. You had a huge crush on Kelly. Who didn't, right? Alright. Excel Poker? Yevgeny. It was a woman's shoe store? What? Well, yeah, most are. The other day we went in this like huge shoe store in the center of Budapest, and like it wasn't just a women's shoe store, but like 90% of the shoes were women's shoes. I'm like looking for like shoes for a preteen. They have like nothing in selection almost. I mean, honestly, the shoe market is pretty dominated by women. What are we gonna do? That is the question. I'm only slightly worse. Man, Play Like Kasparov is a very hard player to figure out. Play Like Kasparov, do you play over the board tournaments? Or you also never played an over the board game? You have played or played? That's what I said, who didn't? You do play over the board. He's like 1,500 FIDE. Edward Elric, I'll explain this game I played with you yesterday. It's kind of interesting. You know, when we played that... See, here's the thing. We're talking about a game from the tournament yesterday. I would normally play A takes B, but I looked at the position, and there's this weird move you can play there. A5. You didn't think about that? It's a novelty. It's never been played. I don't know that it's good, but it's kind of interesting. But that's what freaked me out, you know? I would always take with the A pawn, but I sat there and I was like, well, what happens if black plays A5? My knight is on A4, my rook's on A1 unprotected, and I couldn't really see what was going to happen. I figured C takes B was fine, it was safe, and the C file might be useful. Yeah, but the whole variation is supposed to be like nothing special for white, correct? I like your game against Asterbait. Were you just being nice and you resigned against him? Or you offered a draw? How was it? You offered a draw, I'm sorry. You offered a draw a pawn up. Asterbait's, he's missing, he's probably celebrating his win against you. I mean draw, sorry. I just keep thinking it was such a big deal. He doesn't, you know, draw or win against master level players that often, so to get a draw against you, that was awful. Yeah. You were like +8. And my other game where I lost, I like missed the most obvious move. There's a lot of interesting stuff yesterday's tournament. We're better, but it's not easy. Not easy to make progress. Now he's getting low on time. No, I mean, the thing was, Edward Elric, Astrobate played the Benko against you. He's never played the Benko before. I don't understand. He just like randomly played it. He doesn't even know what he's doing. That was so weird. I couldn't believe it. I looked at the game. Oh man, he blundered. This guy's challenged me to rated. Chalang. I just don't take rated challenges. People would be too motivated to like cheat because I'm streaming. I don't like to play rated challenges when I'm talking about the games live too. So if you ever want to play me off stream, you know, I'll play you. Maybe rated game randomly, but I don't want to play rated games live while I'm streaming. I don't mind if some people want to play rated off stream sometimes. I don't have that much time, but if you see me randomly, you can send me a challenge. XL Poker. Alright, XL Poker is legit. Wow, you've got a plus score against me. Didn't know that. That's not allowed. You won the last two. I didn't remember. It's been a while. Well, I thought you could sack your queen for rook and bishop there in a lot of, you know, situations. You could realistically sack your queen for rook and bishop and have enough or almost enough compensation. That probably not an issue. So we're going to transpose. Oh, you're playing it. He's playing it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is not the normal, though. I played c6, of course. Not the normal whatever it is. I'm crazy. Yeah, once a million years ago, I had a game where I played, like, e3 against someone. I forgot it's not a normal Black Mardemer. Forgot I played c6. c6 and g6, but this is really not that great. It's really not that great because even bishop c4 is kind of weird and tempting. But I'm a little bit awkward here. Well, we're supposed to play weird openings, and XL Poker is playing the Black Mardemer against the Caro. I just wasn't thinking. Dabu, thanks for playing. I think we're playing the Grob again. Yeah, that's a pretty strong position for white. Am I lost already? That's pretty impressive. What was this again? You played bishop c4 against the Caro Khan. Man. It's horrible for black. But better than nothing. I guess an extra pawn is better than nothing. Queen is a little short of squares. What if I play knight on bd7? Then he's got rook d1. No. Yes. Yes. No. Wow. Played it anyway. I guess queen b6. How's knight f4? Losing a piece. Knight c3, b takes c. This is interesting. Looks like I'm just gonna get demolished again. Quick resignation. I don't know, these 2300s seem pretty brutal. Stronger than your average bear. Yogi. Really? Are you serious? Yeah, I almost saw that. I think you just don't play rated very often. Dude, I'm like 100 points underrated probably. As it is. This is interesting. There are extremely weak players on the site with very, very low ratings. So this is interesting. Let's check this out with Engine. White basically like crushed me in 6 moves. So this is the crushing move, obviously. I could have played bishop e6, but that's like... This is not about a flagger, man. I mean, this guy just like crushed me with play. So watch this. Queen e2. Giving me the pawn. I mean, I never would have considered that move. You know, dropping this pawn with check. Would you consider that move? H4 is the most overwhelming. And now I'm just like hopelessly lost. And knight f7. That's Engine. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just pretty interesting. Balrongo. I don't trust anybody anymore. But I mean, if you could play like that, you would be like 26 easy on here. There are so many players who are flaggers, like they're talking about. The flaggers, they get to 2500 and they actually suck, you know? There's so many players who just suck, who are 2500 based on time. Like Excel Poker would be, to playing like that, you'd be like 26 easy. I don't even play, but I mean, I should at least be 2550 or something. Most 2100 FIDE players are like 2500 here. I'm 200 points higher than that. I mean, dude, I don't play that much, but you don't forget like 30 years of playing Blitz. What's up, Princess Chess? I don't get that much weaker, but there's nothing I could do. My opponents like crushed me with perfect play. Knight takes f7. I mean, What am I going to do? A perfect devastation. That's 3 games in a row he's beaten me. What just happened? White just dropped a piece. So either I get crushed or people just drop pieces. There's nothing in between. I don't know, man. I don't trust online chess. I play it because I have no other choice. I'd like to play with board. I would never play an online tournament for money. Here I'm about to lose a piece. Wow. Rookie 3 is actually literally winning a piece back. I don't even see bishop takes h2 check. For real. Okay, there were some pretty crazy games like yesterday. It's true, Edward Elric, that I've been missing some really obvious moves. Yesterday I lost a +10 position because I couldn't find one move. It was sitting there right in front of my nose and I couldn't see it. It was like a defense to everything the guy was threatening, and I just didn't even consider the move was possible. Bishop a4 back to e8. Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't like have minus score against 2100 FIDE players. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen. I mean, I'm formerly like high 2400 or high to mid 2400 FIDE, you know. I shouldn't get like demolished by people who are 2100. It's a little weird. I've played like thousands and thousands of games against players of all rating levels, so I have a pretty good knowledge of approximately how strong people are. I mean, I don't think I got weaker. I think I'm just not very alert the last couple of streams. It's a matter of concentration and focus. You insult me very deeply, Yevgeny. But I'm saying, like, I've been destroyed in like 2 games so far. The other games were like horrible play by my opponents mostly. We haven't had one good game today. I don't know, it's maybe the heat. I have trouble focusing. I mean, for example, I'm supposed to play unusual openings, and I can't remember that from game to game. I just start playing whatever, you know. That's a bad sign that I can't concentrate normally. And I have an over the board tournament coming up in 2 weeks. So that's a little concerning, you know. It's true that I work constantly teaching, and so I can't play Blitz. But I think it's not about my blitz skills. It's about focus. It seems like my concentration has been wavering in the last week. I just can't seem to concentrate. The game against Excel Poker, I never would do that. You know, I never would play the black side of the accepted Black Mardemer intentionally. Like, I know that's not that good. Though I don't know exactly what black's supposed to do. As I said, I declined that sacrifice once before. But I mean, I'm sitting here like not focusing mentally. I'm not sure what's causing me to not be able to concentrate. It's weird. I sat there and I was like thinking it was the Black Mardemer until I looked down and I saw my pawn was on c6. I'm like, wait a minute, it's not the Black Mardemer. It's something different. Like, I can't put my knight on c6. I'm playing a fianchetto. It's totally bad. No, I mean, I'm a little overwhelmed by his brutal crush of me. You know, most people would have played it a little more inaccurately. But it's basically attributable to my failure to pay attention to what I'm doing. Why am I playing c6 and g6 against the Black Mardemer? I don't know. I started taking this drug for blood pressure. And that was like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if it's possible that could have an effect, be affecting me somehow. It's a beta blocker. It's possible it's affecting my concentration somehow. But I mean, I've been streaming like this for 5 years, and I can play pretty well. I don't know, it's either the heat or the new drug that I'm taking, but it's really not supposed to have that many side effects. I didn't see anything about like mental acuity being affected. But it does block your... It sort of blocks your adrenaline. I don't know if that would affect my concentration. But it is something to look into. I definitely wouldn't want to continue to take it if it is having some kind of effect on my mind. I have to ask a doctor about it. I could take something else if it's a problem. But I can't really figure out why the last couple streams, like Sunday Simul also, felt like I was making some weird blunders. I missed like a really obvious move, like Queen H5 check against Morales. Well, yeah, I don't like losing games, and normally after I lose a game, I'm pretty depressed, and it can affect the subsequent games. Yevgeny, by the way, is really good at white. I think this might be a mistake. Yeah. It's an awful position. I did it again. I should play e5. White is slightly better. That was my intention, then I changed my mind. Very ugly. I think it's all because Astrobait's not here. This is a freaking disaster. another bad opening where we've got a clear spatial disadvantage. Nice move. Should I have played bishop g5? There's just no time for that. Man. Nice game by white. Classic. Why would you go to a3 rather than c3? It's a weird move, dude. What possible reason for that? Just minor detail, but that seemed weird. You know, why not go here where you're centralized? You're going here anyway. I guess it doesn't matter. Squirrel. Watch the master get destroyed by 2300s. I have various theories. Yevgeny hasn't beaten me in the last, like, 25 games. Damn. 20 games. We got him psyched out. He's had winning positions in maybe, like, 6 of these games. But oftentimes he'll, like, crack under pressure. He gets kind of nervous in time pressure. I mean, I don't physically see him to know that, but that's the feeling that I've got. It seems like he gets nervous in time pressure and kind of messes up. Last time, he very nearly beat me. He had a totally winning endgame. The other thing is that I do need to get warmed up. If I play a series of like 10 games, I'll tend to play better. Lots of excuses. B4. Very well. Classically trained positional player with white. I'm lucky that I have even a semblance of a reasonable King's Indian here. It started out a Queen's Indian. And we've got the classic getting shut down with d5. What happened? I'm lagged out. What the? Nothing happened. What? I must be lagging. Server error. Great. With 0 seconds, leechess.org is down. With 0 seconds left? What's the chances of that? I haven't seen this in a while. Does that mean the game will be like erased? I wouldn't mind if that game never happened. It was pretty bad. So, what the? What? So the game actually stopped at Queen C2? The moment where I blundered with C5. Are you serious? Game aborted. Yeah, they should abort the game after C5. This is an atrocity. Like my move C5. I'm talking about lack of concentration. C5 was the most atrocious move I played in the game. You know, bishop f6 looks interesting. I didn't give that enough consideration. But then he might just go back here. Probably I should play e5. Let's see what the engine says. I have to destroy his center, yeah. Honestly, I didn't consider bishop g5. It's kind of a weird move, but e5 is correct. This move basically shut down the server because it sucks so much. This actually crashed the server. It's a massive positional mistake that I it's like trivial. Basically, I wasn't happy with many of my options here, and so I just sort of thought for 50 seconds and then like randomly played the next move I could think of. Never do this in a Queen's Indian, period. You know, it's just idiotic. I mean, I just felt he was better no matter what, so I started to get kind of depressed with the position. But at least I can take out his center. Something like this. White remains with an advantage. But, like, for example, I can play bishop f6 now. White's advantage is very small. 0.2. In the neighborhood of like 0.2. We're going to hold it, you know, with accurate defense against a strong player and get a draw. Hopefully. White could overextend and lose. But c5 was an atrocity. Shutting down the server. Obsessed AGR. Aggro. Are you not here? What does that mean, the zero circle? Florin, hello, your streams are really cool. I have an ongoing school project about how to redefine user experience. Wow. Are you for real? You're gonna send them to the ball and they'll ban me? The three biggest flaws of Lichess for you. Well, this flaws word, not to be too philosophical, but maybe we should redefine the question in terms of like how you define flaw. Flaw implies like there's a mistake. Are you asking me what I don't personally like? Or, you know what I mean? Like what I really personally don't like, or what I think is wrong with the site? First thing is that the forums are just gross and should be like eliminated. Second thing is that there's too much focus on bullet chess, I think. And then the third thing is they're not policing cheating enough. You know, that would be, they're basically ignoring it a lot of times. I think that they've tried to automate the process of catching cheaters, but that's not really gonna do it. You know, you gotta have like someone at the wheel. So for me, those would be the three things. Just off the top of my head, I hate the forums. They're just gross. There's no need for that, or they should hide it from the main page where people can't see it, because I just get physically ill when I see that pop up. Yeah, second thing, too much bullet. It's like Lichess is going to become like the leading bullet chess site. But this is like, you know, maybe becoming personal. Are those really flaws or just my personal, you know, perceptions? I think they tried to automate the catching of cheaters with like bots, but that's not enough. You know, they need somebody there to like, you can't do it with one person. It's like they're trying to do it. Forums are just like troll magnets. It's just gross. There's these people who sit there and I just don't like it. Take it away from the main page. Oh, another thing, while you're at it, you know, I don't understand why they took away like private tournaments. Private tournaments aren't listed. I don't understand, like, when I create a private tournament, why they can't have a list of private tournaments that are going on that people can access and then try to join or something. But I feel like those aren't flaws. Those are my personal... Maybe the biggest flaw is failure to police cheating. It's a huge thing to overcome, though. It's the biggest obstacle to online chess. You can create private tournaments, but they used to be listed like under the tournament. Like There should be like a place you can click and like see a list of all the tournaments that are going on, including the private ones. I still think the Elite Chess is the best platform, but I don't really like some of the direction that's taken. It used to be like I would report someone for cheating, and oftentimes something would happen. Now it's like nothing happens. I rarely report cheaters, but I've noticed over the last like 6 months, the handful of times that I have reported someone, nothing happens. And that's kind of to be expected. It seems like with time, they're just like fed up with it. It's too much to deal with, and you know, whatever. We'll let our automated bot catch the cheaters, but it's just not enough. You need people on hand, probably policing it more. It's going to take some judgment calls to decide if people are cheating or not. You know, I don't think you could do it with just an automated system. It's too hard. The other thing is like Big Brother. I sent a private message to someone complaining about someone cheating. Just a friendly private message between a friend and I. And this like bot came down from the sky and said that I'm not allowed to accuse people of cheating on the site. So they're like scanning your messages. I definitely wouldn't recommend, you know, putting anything you don't want read in your private messages. There's like robots out there checking you like Big Brother. I should be able to have a private conversation with someone without a bot accusing me of shaming people when I wasn't, you know. This whole idea of automating stuff has a lot of flaws. But unfortunately, it's a free site, you know. There's not enough paid people to police the cheating and shaming and whatnot. So there's limited resources. But I ought to be able to have a private conversation in private messages with a friend. Without being accused of shaming someone. That's pretty weird. Yeah, in the first years, I was usually successful when I reported someone. Lately, not. I can't remember the last time someone got banned for being reported by me. Basically, that's the way it went on other chess sites too. I mean, it's gotten to the point where they have 100,000 players online. It's gotten big, and now there's a much more higher volume of reports to go through, so they can't get to everyone. I also think they probably favor the title players more and ignore the lower rated reports. Why is Elite Chess better than Chess.com? I hate Chess.com. I don't really like the people that run it, but that's my personal reason. I don't like the interface. It's ugly. It looks like somebody's uncle created it. Like the owner of Elite Chess got his uncle. I mean, the owner of Chess.com probably had his uncle design the site rather than a professional. It's like really physically ugly. I don't like the commercial nature of it. I'm not a communist. I believe in capitalism, but it's way too commercial, where it's like offensively commercial. Tezek, I know you're communist. And what's the other thing? Well, the cheating is even more rampant on Chess.com. I played on chess.com maybe less than 15 games, and like a third of my opponents were cheating. They also made it very hard to report cheaters. And the other problem is the model of chess.com. The pay chess sites have an incentive not to ban people because their members are paying money to be members. So there's a conflict of interest, you know. That's the beauty of Lichess. There's no conflict of interest. If someone cheats, we can ban them. You know, there's no, oh, they're paying money, we don't want to ban those paying members. That was a problem on Internet Chess Club. The ownership didn't want to ban people. It was against, you know, the principle of trying to make money. So I think it works better as a free site where you can just ban people that cheat without worrying about losing their income. I don't know here. This is a weird position. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, I mean, chess.com is just gross. I mean, you would think after, like, whatever, 10 years it's existed or whatever, more. How long has it been around now? It's 12, 13, 14 years. You would think they would have made it look decent. It's just grotesque, like, design-wise. They should just trash it and start over again. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. F4. No moves are appealing here. White is slightly better, but very hard to break through. On Lichess, on the homepage. Well, as I said, I think the forum should get thrown in the closet somewhere. I hate that the forums are there on Lichess homepage. But other than that, you know, it seems reasonable. It's supposed to be not commercial. I mean, I don't hate a lot of things about Lichess. It's alright. You know, I don't want it to be fancy. It's fine. Yeah. We shouldn't have to worry about cheaters, you know? I mean, the problem should be manageable somehow, but I hate 3-0. There's no time to think, Husky. It's bullet chess, pure and simple. I'll just quit chess if it comes to that, you know? I'm not interested in playing at that point. If we can't play normal chess because we're afraid of cheaters, then we might as well just pack it in. I mean, Rapid will have slightly more cheaters, but usually like the incompetent ones. The 3-0 is just glorified bullet. I hated those games with a passion. We used to do we would do team battles, but the garbage games, it was like, what's the point? Quality of the games was like ridiculously low. I mean, I'm a tournament player. I love over the board play. I didn't want to be an online player. I love to play 4-hour, 5-hour, 6-hour games. I would love to think and like play a deeper game. I'm not interested in that, you know. I'm not here for entertainment, like playing mindless bullet games. I want to have time to think. Leon Toluca. How's my time doing? My favorite is when I like flag the cheaters because they're so incompetent. The really bad ones. That's the most satisfying. When you're playing like rapid with a cheater and he actually loses on time because he's like a 900 player and he can't actually enter the moves fast enough. He played a perfect game, but he lost on time and like move 42 when you had like you had one pawn left or something. Then I like report them from like a winning. I report my winning game for my opponent being a cheater. That's always like the most satisfying. It's then you know that they're not even a competent cheater. Yeah, I don't see the point. 5 plus 3, 3 plus 2 even isn't... Even 3 plus 2 is fast. I would prefer to play 5-0. I'd rather like use the time the way I want to use it than play 3 plus 2. But I mean, I played 5-0 all my life. So I'm used to it. I like to play 5-0 mostly when I'm playing off stream. 5-0, I've trained myself over 30 plus years, to play that time control. You can't just like take 2 minutes away from me. And I never played as much. On ICC, 10 years ago, before I played on Lichess, they had pools for 3 minute and 5 minute. And I was much stronger. I mean, 3 minute I was never very strong. Okay, Leon is not here. Leon's busy playing another game. I never played Increment. Another interesting fact, I never played Increment online until I started playing on Lichess. It's not like I'm an old man and I can only play Increment. But it's useful for streaming. The other thing is that it's now standard in all over the board games. So, if I'm going to play, with 30-second increments when I play over the board, it's normal to play Blitz online. But I don't like that like Lichess's only announcements are like about their bullet. No, they don't do anything except for hold bullet tournaments. I know there's occasional Blitz in Chess 960, but the whole internet chess thing is too oriented toward bullet now. It has its place. It's a different thing. It's not real chess. It's something else. It's entertainment. But it shouldn't be like the primary focus of online chess. I don't like taking that direction, where bullet is the main thing, I appreciate it has its place. People like it. It's fun. It's exciting. It's thrilling, and an adrenaline rush is cool. Not Grape XD says, I don't know why there is no hourly classical arena that goes for 3 hours yet. Yeah, what? Why not? There's just like a daily classical arena. That completely makes sense, not great. It's kind of random. I mean, Knight A6. It's whatever they felt like that day, responding to someone's suggestion. Responding to user suggestions is probably pretty random. Yeah, you should report them for that, Husky. I mean that you can be banned for. Not banned, but you know, like banned from playing. That's a bannable offense. What's the word I'm looking for? So this guy, he did that. He just like left the game. I do that when I'm on tilt in Hearthstone. But Hearthstone is not, you know, it's not real. Yeah, I mean that should be reported. That's a known crime. Leaving the game and making the opponent wait is a bannable offense. It's a noob thing to do. I would only do that if I like hated someone for some reason. I had something personally against you. Even then I probably wouldn't do it. Yeah, wow, 1600. This is quite a creative play by Black. Quite a creative game. Really weird. Sure what I'm supposed to do here. He's 1400 in bullet. Man, I'm getting a lot of that. Again. This is a weird game. Rook f2 was a major blunder. How did that occur? His last move was what? Bishop g5 here, knight f6. He's 1400 in bullet. All you see is a bad position prem. What am I supposed to play? He's starting knight g4. White is in trouble in this position. You're not looking close enough. I've been positionally outplayed by a guy who's supposed to be 1400 in bullet. In a very subtle way. You're not looking at the position closely enough. Yeah, there's something really sus going on here. By his play. Though he hasn't been sus against me in the past, he played normally. He seemed to play normally the first 3 times. I had no bad feelings about those first games. This was pretty weird. Now he's letting me off the hook. Just when I thought he was being kind of sus. I mean, sometimes I'm paranoid. It's a big problem. Last week I became paranoid about a game that was absolutely not suspicious at all. And yesterday we had a player who was paranoid about a game that was also not suspicious. But I mean, he was totally outplaying me, and now he's messing it up. Mr. Coffee, welcome. I mean, it's amazing, but some people just get lucky. He was just lucky that he was completely outplaying me for like a whole bunch of moves here. And now he's screwing it up again. That's hard to believe, but it seems to happen. See, this one guy yesterday got angry and he was like shaming his opponent in the chat. You know, this is still getting weird. It's weird how my pieces are geometrically shut down. The coordination of the black pieces is like virtually perfect. And he's 1400. Yeah. Should I just resign? Yeah, he's gonna beat me here easily. He's 1468 in bullet. He's just getting lucky in this game. Yeah, I mean, Black's play was super suspicious in this game. I agree. 100%. It's probably an engine. But he's not using the engine for every move. It's too computer-like. Four inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, 24% upon loss. It's just a complete waste of my time, of your time. I don't want to play your computer. Yeah, consistent time use. Yeah, I mean, that game is... I don't know what's happening. Why would you do that? You know, do you think that that's not obvious? When you're 1400 in a bullet and you play Lake Petrosian? The other possibility is that he's having his friend play the game. You know, like his best friend who lives down the street is playing the game. So it's possible it's not a computer. It's just like the 2200 friend who came over to his house that day. And you think that it's a computer because you're playing a guy who's supposed to be 1400, but suddenly he's like 2300, you know. That's the other problem. It's just as cheating. I mean, even if you're not using an engine, you're just having your friend play the game. It's no less suspicious. But it feels computery. But again, like, it's now become so hard to detect whether people are cheating or not and actually prove it, because nobody like uses the engine for every single move. It's gotten to the point where I don't even report the cheaters anymore, because I was like, I have to come up with like a case and then like spend hours detailing how like this move was an engine move but this one wasn't, because they're just trying to be not detected. And I have better things to do with my life than spend hours trying to prove if someone is a cheater or not. I've been doing this for 5 years on Elite Chess. Playing chess a long time before that. I played chess computers since like the 80s when I started playing the Chess Master program. The subtle positional play of a 1400 bullet player, you know. And the time where he was using exactly 5 seconds every move. It's funny because he didn't cheat against me in the first 3 games. So I had my guard down. But it's not my job to prove he's a cheater. He's not welcome to play on my stream anymore. I have like a 0 tolerance. If I even remotely suspect you're not going to play here anymore. If you cheat against me blatantly, I will report you to Elite Chess. If it's like, you know, beyond a doubt. Yeah, there's a lot of players like that. They only cheat against me, maybe not the other games in the tournament. They want to look cool by beating a title player. Yet they won't cheat their other 8 games. But again, you know, it's boring to talk about this all day. They get tired of losing, so like, alright, I'm gonna bust. I've played Grandmasters who cheated. And I know for a fact of Grandmasters cheating. Like, what's to stop a 1400? Whatever, you know. Everybody cheats. At all levels. I don't. Most responsible people who I love chess too much to cheat. You know, that's the problem. I truly love the game. I would never do that because I have too much love for chess. But there's even title players who cheat. Masters, Grandmasters. Convicted cheaters. How could you spend your life trying to get good at chess and then turn around and cheat? You have no respect for yourself. For the sport that you devoted your life to, or a lot of your life to, you know? Well, I mean, I saw an article somewhere where someone was claiming that chess.com has banned something like 50 Grandmaster accounts so far. Not that I'm a big fan of chess.com, but just saying. There was some statistic like something like 50 GM accounts have been banned on that site for cheating since its inception. Yeah. Nice move, bishop f4. It's an interesting statistic. Exactly, Lance Armstrong. Do you think Lance Armstrong is less likely to cheat than the next guy because he was the best cyclist in the world? I mean, some of them are probably false positives. There are definitely Grandmasters who have been wrongly accused, like on chess.com. I'm sure there are. Vendettas, maybe Hikaru didn't like them, so he reported them and they got banned. A handful of them are probably innocent, you know. They were banned for vendettas. But anyway, the point is everybody cheats at all levels. But I just don't think you could really love the game and do that. You know, I don't understand. Okay, they become like obsessively competitive, I guess. So the point is their drive to win overwhelms their moral sense of love for the game. These people are like obsessed with winning. That's the Lance Armstrong approach, right? You're so obsessed with winning that winning becomes more than, you know, morality and... Chess.com publishes monthly reviews. Wow. 18 title players. Well, that's the problem with monetizing, tournaments. I will not play in tournaments for money online. Forget about it. Goblin Paschall played a solid game here. Seems like a good positional player. He's pretty new. Solid for 1600. He's definitely not a computer. As far as I can feel. He's got a solid positional style. He must have some vulnerability tactically. Otherwise, he would be higher rated. This position is equal. But he made good positional decisions. No problem at all. Welcome. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was talking about. Exactly. But I mean, there's no future for monetizing chess tournaments online unless it's this. Okay, you can have hybrid. The hybrid idea has a future. That's maybe the future of chess. But people have to be monitored, They'd have to be monitored by an arbiter. Then there's the question of arbiters being corrupt. But that's less likely. I don't know, man. Chess 960's been around for a while, and it's not picking up that much steam, Husky. I think it's like Star Trek chess. Three-dimensional. Guys, this is a nice game by White. Mr. Coffee, you should be at work. I'm like baking here. Very hot. I just realized I'm uncomfortable. Could he have sacked on G6 there? He resigned here. Probably a bad resignation. Queen C1. After Queen C1, you're attacking my pawn on H6. And you have threats of Queen H6 as well as Bishop to H6. I don't think that White is justified in resigning here. I'm not even sure I'm better. But I don't know what else to do other than grab the pawn. Let's see what the engine says. Yeah, it's a bad resignation. You played a great game. I lost most of my advantage. I know you were low on time. Knight takes d4 dubious. But what am I supposed to do? I mean, just king g7. And it's equal. Yeah, you have solid position still. All your pawns are on the right color. You have a white square bishop, symmetrical structure, something like bishop e2, bishop f3. Next. I mean, knight e2 looks kind of passive. You play bishop e2. Trying to go here. Pressure on the pawn. And it's probably a draw. Alright, Leon Toluca is back. We have Lasker 01. Guys, I have to go in like 20 minutes. So I probably only have time for 1 or 2 more games. You should be sleeping. Thanks to WJLU for a donation today. I'm supposed to play weird openings. I like lost the focus. It was too hot. It's just too hot to concentrate. That's my new excuse. It's like 95. No air conditioning. It looks like a Caro-Kann. Wow. Did you see the variation he has there? He's used 7 seconds for the whole game. By the way, his rating has gone up a lot. He's playing a lot of bullet. But d takes c5, queen c5, bishop e3. Can I play d4 there? I think I just would have gone back to c7. No tricks. I could play queen c7 here, but then bishop d4. So I probably just have to take. As much as I hate bullet chess, Leon likes to play bullet chess. It's like a kind of illness. Bullet illness. It should be classifiable in the mental health directory. DSM-3. Bullet chess illness. Bullet chess condition. A new category of mental illness. Just can't help yourself. You have to play instant moves. DSM-5. It's been a while. Says showing I'm out of date with my psychological textbooks. Obsession with bullet chess. It's sick. It's just sick. Why do you want to play me of all people? Knight h6 on move 1 and he's lost after move 12. Exactly. That's why I play knight h6. See, no one knows what to do against knight h6. That's the whole point. There is a method to my madness. No, I have a very, very good score with one knight h6 against e4. It's not as good against d4. It's much stronger against e4. But I have played like countless games with it. Boom. The Aster mate. Yes. So we have time for one last game. Dinekis disappeared. He is a subscriber. There he is. Alright. Another bullet guy. Last game for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, no problem at all. Lead chess, someone asked me about my least favorite things about lead chess earlier in the stream. And that's in my top 3. You know, lead chess is like it's become the like bullet epicenter of the world. I mean, I guess chess.com is the same, but I don't know. I don't think they understand, you know. The people at lead chess just don't understand what over-the-board chess is. History of chess has nothing to do with bullet. Bullet is put too high. It's like all about bullet chess. I agree. Let's do it again. Yeah, it's like the main focus of the site seems to be bullet chess. The only news article ever is like who won the 1-0 monthly, weekly, monthly, whatever tournament. I mean, it's not chess, it's just garbage. If chess was just bullet chess, I would quit the game today. Not interested. I don't know why everyone takes on h6. Like, you get this all the time. That's the #1 reason to play this. Everybody thinks, like, bishop takes h6 is a good move. It's actually quite bad for white. We have a good Caro-Kann. French defense, whatever. I have no recollection. Officer. I have no recollection, officer, if we've played this before. Can I have your center, please? Chess is easy. e4, knight h6, game over. Yeah, no, they want to satisfy the crowd. I mean, honestly, you know, it's not like lead chess was created by tournament grandmasters. You know, they want to satisfy the most people they can. Unfortunately, the majority of human beings are stupid. That's a well-known fact. Confirmed by Donald Trump. But, you know, there's a place for bullet chess, but it shouldn't be the main focus. You know, and I think it's bad for the development of players too. There's so many players who are learning the game the wrong way. Some of them become strong players despite it, but whatever. I just sound like a bitter old man who hates bullet chess. So it's over. Knight c2 check. So what's our status with knight h6? The knight h6 just kills. Yeah, you can't blame them for catering to the bullet. Alright. We have time for one more. That was a quick one. My alarm clock's going to go off in 10 minutes. I call it the 3 a.m. defense. Well, knight h6 might have its own name, but my setup that I play with e4, knight h6, d4, d5. The main idea is e takes d5, knight f5, gambit style. It's like a variation of the knight f6 Scandinavian where the knight's on f5. I call it the 3 a.m. defense because I invented it at 3 a.m. in the morning. And I'm the only one in the world who has really played this in a couple of games. This player is not here. This player is playing another game. Let's play Lasker. We played Lasker before. Let's do it. I should do a stream where I only play knight h6 and knight h3. I did that in an hourly arena and won it. That was like a couple of years ago. I didn't stream it. Now, I've never faced c3. But it could and would maybe transpose. If you play something that you know the opponent doesn't know, you feel comfortable, and your opponent does not, you're already at an advantage. Now we're close to transposing to a c3 Sicilian. Well, we did now. I had a tournament game. My only one in the database where it actually transposed to c3 Sicilian. Literal. Now Lasker's playing sensibly though. He's a good player. He's not the original Lasker. 2300 rapid. I always assumed the Lasker is a German player. I don't know if I knew where he's from. Alright, f7's protected. So sometimes there's this trick with like queen e4, check, king f1, bishop takes f7, but it doesn't work there. Nevertheless, I doubt I'm supposed to play queen e4 check. I think I have to retreat my queen here. d6 is out, queen e4 check, bishop e3, castle. Maybe interesting. It's possible this has been played before. White also has queen e2. Yeah, I mean, what's happening on like queen d8? Queen d8, d takes c5. I don't really like that. This is not a threat. Because of the river guarding knight. That's a cheapo you can fall for. If my knight was on f6, he'd be threatening bishop takes f7 check. This is interesting. So I think I should get out. Very likely we're transposing. Like knight f5 blunders, bishop takes f7. Very possible we're transposing. What about CD though? It's kind of lame. But I'm really not sure what to do now. Knight f5. Knight f5 is next. Classic c3 Sicilian style position. The alarm is about to go off. I'm going to disable that. Probably white has rook e1. My other option is bishop g4. Maybe it deserves serious consideration. Yeah, I don't like this. I need to develop my pieces. CD4. CD4, bishop d4. Nothing special there. Knight f5, the problem is rook e1. Knight f5, rook e1, knight e3, rook e3. Looks pretty good for white, actually. I'm not confident. I don't know what else to do. I have to sacrifice at least a pawn here. It doesn't feel right. He has other weird moves like knight to g5, but that doesn't work. This practically forces rook e1, which is probably a good move. So the knight h6 is in trouble, going for the hat trick. What happened in football yesterday? I don't even know. Tell me. Wow, he played bishop g5. Never would have thought it. Italy won on penalty. Was it a good game? Dude, there's a disagreement in the stream. Antonio's native country. Antonio, it's funny, you're from Spain, but you moved to Italy. So that's kind of a classic game for you. You moved to the right place. Traitor at the right time. That's pretty funny. You must have got some jokes about that. Where is the traitor? Traitorous Morales. I liked your game against Husky yesterday from the first round. You know, you ruined his tie breaks. You almost cost him the tournament. But luckily I wasn't up to the task. But there's no, no requirement to stay. I'm just kidding around. I can't require people to play all 9 rounds of the tournament. And he didn't complain. I'm just saying, it was kind of funny that you played one game. That was the worst game ever. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? My God. This is horrible. I moved my queen like 10 times. Yeah, my friend wrote that book, Lionel Spoon. That was me. That was a weaker player. Charlie liked that game. That was round 1 of an Open in Norway, where I defeated Magnus Carlsen's dad as well. One of my other victims, Heinrich. The Heinrich maneuver. I'm also in Gawain Jones's book. What's that? I didn't know that. What's that? Something on the anti-Sicilians? It's Paschall versus Morales. He's got really detailed analysis of games from Lichess in his latest book on the Grand Prix, no doubt. That online expert, Antonia Morales. Whoa, mommy. I don't like this. I don't like what you're doing to me here. What am I doing? Why didn't I play knight f5? I'm losing my concentration. What am I doing with knight b4? My god, I'm crushed. Wow. This was really bad. Poor knight h6 variation. Wow. At least it's not the first game I lost today. Check him out. Dude, this is not pretty. Well, I gotta go. That was not pretty. Apparently, like, we made a very bad mistake. One blunder? Yeah, I mean, knight b4 is horrendous. Wow, this has been played. Castles has only been played once. So Castles is a clear mistake. A clear inaccuracy. I expected rook e1 and he plays bishop g5. That's the engine move. Wow. So it's an improvement. And that's like perfect play. But now he should play knight takes d4, which is seemingly illogical. Trading pieces. This was actually a good move. The knight c6 is just a blunder. But not the losing move. Here I blundered. I thought even knight a5 might be better. Yeah, I'm in a very tough position here. I had to play h6 apparently. And now his trick doesn't work. As well. It still works. Oh, when I played the Grand Prix attack with white. Yeah, that's a very rare game, Antonio. That was deep prep. That was deep prep based on another game that I saw. That Wojciech played with black and like lost against this guy Charles Bazookas. Yeah, I played the Grand Prix attack with white, but that was very specifically prepared. That was one of my better prep games. Alright, so a truly horrible game by me. Thank you guys for joining. I lost lots of really offensive games. I will see you tomorrow night. Don't forget that Thursday is our subscriber stream where I try to teach chess and go over, analyze, and otherwise impart knowledge. I'm better at that apparently than playing chess now. So tune in tomorrow night, 6:30 CEST, for subscriber stream analysis. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. Stay cool, everybody. Bye-bye.